Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. It's another Open Fire Friday here for us, and I'm pretty stoked. So today we're going to combine the ideas of two of my favorite YouTube channels. From Frugoni, who is a master of open fire cooking and Argentine cooking, makes sense because he's in Argentine, gave me the concept of frog chicken. It's like spatchcocking, but a hell of a lot easier, and it ends up with the chicken looking like a frog. That's where the name comes from. And then I saw an episode from Guga where he used varying obscene amounts of butter up under the skin of the chicken and came out with a glorious result. So we're going to combine those two today. So here I have my whole chicken. Let's get this thing started. First of all, with my badass Dow Strong knife, and there's links for all the knives I'm going to use down below in the description section if you wish to get yourself one, and you should, because it makes you look cool. See?
If you say so.
Anyway, we're going to take our chicken here, and we're going to make a cut right between the leg and the breast on both sides. Basically, we're just trying to expose that rib cage. And we want to be as careful as possible to maintain that skin on the breast. All right, that is done. Now we're going to lift up on this breast section and then just cut on back. Going through the ribs. All right, now we flip our chicken over. And then push down. All right, and what we got there sort of resembles a frog. Hence the name, frog chicken. We know the wingtips are just going to burn off, so after I wash my paws, we're going to take care of those. Utilizing the Dow Strong Obliterator, and friends, I know I don't need this knife to do what I'm about to do, but I just love this thing and love to show it off. Okay, so wingtip, you are gone. Wingtip. Eliminated. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make some pockets where we can stuff our seasoning and butter. So with our fingers, we're just going to move the skin away from the meat, down along the leg here, along the thigh, get a nice big pocket. Do that on the other side. Oh, being careful not to rip that skin, because that's some good eating. Now on the breast, we're going to do the same thing. Get our fingers in there and get that separated away from the meat. Not going all the way to the edges because we want a pocket there. We want to keep that butter in there as long as we can. Okay, I'm good with that. So we'll set our chicken aside and we'll work on the seasonings. Now I'm doing two chickens. I'm only going to frog one for you. I'll do the other one off camera, but I will get both of the seasonings together. Let's do that now. All right, we're going with two pretty different flavors here. For the first one, I have a bowl. In that bowl, I have some butter at room temperature. We will take that out of the wrapping, because that's a damn good idea.
Indeed.
And I recently did a Peri Peri chicken video, and we used this extra mild Peri Peri sauce because, Charlotte may be a little spice impaired. So I wanted to be able to get the taste of Peri Peri, but not make it too hot to where she couldn't eat it. And she loved it. In fact, she said she could probably handle quite a bit more. So I'm going to mix in some of the medium Peri Peri sauce with this. So I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of each sauce in here with the butter. We will mix all that together. All right, that's as mixed as that's going to get. Set that aside. Second seasoning. Again, I have a bowl here. I've got butter at room temperature. An entire stick. With that, I'm going to mix a couple tablespoons of Butcher's Barbecue Wild Cherry Seasoning. Stuff's amazing. Yeah, the possibilities with this is absolutely endless. You could use Hatch Green Chili seasoning. You could use a Mexican-inspired seasoning. You could go Chinese, Korean, absolutely anything. All right, I'm going to set this aside. Now with our bird, those pockets we made, we're just going to take handfuls of this Peri Peri butter mixture, and I'll do the same with the wild cherry butter mixture for the other chicken, and stuff that up under the skin. Getting that as far in there as I can. And we're going to use that entire stick of butter and that seasoning and spread it out throughout the chicken. Are we going to lose some of that butter on the grill? Absolutely we will. That's why we're using so damn much. All right, quick wash of the paws. Last thing we need to do to get this bird ready to go on the grill, we want crispy skin. So the strategy is we're going to put this bone side down, which is going to protect the meat. It's going to sit there. All right, if you missed that, my one camera that I have outside that cannot go in the pool went in the pool, but it seems to be working. I hope you're still working. Hi. Okay, so we want crispy skin, as I said. We're going to put this chicken on the grill just like it's sitting right now, bone side down. Those bones are going to protect the meat. It's going to sit there for about an hour and a half. Now, how am I going to figure this out? I'm going to put my hand over the grill once I have my coals arranged here to a spot to where I can hold my hand there for 6 to 8 seconds. That's the perfect temperature I need. After that hour and a half, we're going to flip that bird over and let it go for about 30 minutes to crisp up that skin. To help with that process, we're going to hit it with some coarse sea salt now. So as it's cooking, that's going to help dry that skin out, and then when we turn it over, make it good and crispy. I'm using coarse sea salt here, and I'm going pretty liberal. When we turn it over, some of this is going to fall off, and that's fine. I am going to do the same process to the second chicken. I'm going to arrange my coals, then I'm going to get them on the grill where I can hold my hand there for 6 to 8 seconds, and yeah, you'll see the pictures of it here in just a minute. We'll see you then. All right, the chicken's off the grill. You saw the pictures. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, we're going to get Charlotte out here to render some judgment. We'll see you then. We got our wild cherry and we got our peri peri.
Okay, let's try the peri peri first. Is this the mild or the medium?
Yes, both of them mixed together with a lot of butter.
That has a great flavor.
All
Super
right.
tender.
Okay, and this is the wild cherry. Yeah, the skin just has salt, so the meat will give you more of the flavor.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yep,
try
take the
some
meat out.
The cherry's good, but the peri peri has so much more flavor.
All right, there you go. Hey, you can't go wrong either way, but if you like the peri peri, it works well with this. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.